Welcome to IPO This Week for the week of February 1st. As always, we'll talk about all the companies scheduled to go public for the upcoming 7 days. Today we have 9 companies that I've confirmed as of the time of this recording that we're going to cover, although it looks like quite a few more could be added before it's all said and done. I also want to give you an update on a company that was supposed to come out last week, but didn't. And then I also have a date for you on one of the big IPOs of 2020 having a lockup expiration. Welcome back to the Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise channel for our weekly featured show, IPO This Week. As always, I want to thank the community for coming back to the channel each and every week. And for anyone checking out the channel for the first time, my name is Kevin, and I want to welcome you to our weekly show where I try to pull the most important information that you want to know for companies going public, as well as the upcoming lockup expiration dates. Keep in mind that this show is meant to be more of an introduction to the companies, just so you know that they're out there and some of the main things to be aware of. And then, based on the companies with the most popularity and interest from you in the comments, we do more separate and dedicated videos that provide a more in-depth analysis into those companies. So if this sounds good to you, I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. And now, with 9 companies to talk about this week, let's get into it. First up is the smallest deal on the table, and is from an early-stage biotech based in Denmark named Evaxion Biotech, ticker EVAX. The company plans to raise $30 million at a $233 million market cap. This biotech uses a proprietary artificial intelligence technology to simulate the human immune system and generate predictive models to identify and develop novel immunotherapies for the treatment of various cancers, bacterial diseases, and viral infections. As the company looks to validate the predictive power and scalability of their AI platforms, they have identified and are developing a pipeline of clinical product candidates initially focused in the areas of immuno-oncology and infectious disease. They have 2 lead product candidates targeting the conditions of metastatic melanoma and bladder cancer, and are expecting phase 1/2A readouts for both product candidates in the first half of 2021. As an early-stage biotech, there is no revenue to report, and therefore, the IPO is set to fund continuing development of their pipeline. The Evaxion Biotech IPO is set for Wednesday, with pricing expected to come within the $10 to $12 range. EVAX stock would then begin trading on Thursday. Next up, we stay outside of the U.S. for a Chinese fertilizer producer named Muliang Viagoo Technology, ticker MULG, who plans to raise $40 million at a $194 million market cap. This company touts that through their patented technology, they can process crop straw into 3 hours into high-quality organic nutritious fertilizers that are easily absorbed by crops. The company states in their filing that straws are a common agricultural byproduct that farmers usually burn to get rid of, which results in significant air pollution and damage in the surface structure of the soil with loss of nutrients. The company believes their technology helps reduce air pollution because they turn waste straw into organic fertilizer instead of it being burned. The straw organic fertilizer produced does not contain the heavy metals, antibiotics, and harmful bacteria that are common in traditional manure fertilizer, according to the company. While the company does sell some food products such as apples, they generate over 90% of the revenue mainly from their organic fertilizers business. While the company is profitable, it did see a decline in revenue from 2018 to 2019 and is on pace to report a further reduction in 2020. The company reported that revenue was mainly impacted negatively by the pandemic. MULG stock is expected to be priced at $4. It's looking like the IPO will happen on Tuesday with trading set for Wednesday. But as we often see, these dates can quickly change with IPOs. Next up is really an uplisting to NASDAQ versus a truly new public company. That company is named urban-gro, ticker UGRO, who could be traded in the over-the-counter market. In moving to the NASDAQ, the company plans to raise $45 million at a $97 million market cap. For some background, the company engineers and designs indoor controlled environmental agriculture facilities with the purpose of creating high-performance indoor cultivation facilities for their clients to grow specialty crops, including leafy greens, vegetables, herbs, and plant-based medicines. Preparing for their uplisting, the company announced and completed a reverse stock split of 1-for-6 shares. Financially, they're unprofitable, but are expecting to show year-over-year growth in revenue. Preliminary and unaudited revenue for the year ended December 31st, 2020 is expected to be between $25.6 million and $25.9 million compared to $24.2 million reported for the year ended December 31st, 2019. urban-gro also reports that they are entering 2021 with an excess of $14 million of contractually committed orders for environmental and cultivation equipment systems for which revenue has not yet been recognized. urban-gro stock is expected to price at $10.50. As of now, I don't have a confirmed trading date for urban-gro as of this recording. Next, we have another early-stage biotech, Landos Biopharma, whose stock will be listed under the ticker LABP. Landos Biopharma plans to raise $100 million at a $650 million market cap as it continues to develop its pipeline. Landos is focused on the discovery and development of oral therapeutics for patients with autoimmune diseases by aiming to inhibit the inflammatory responses by changing the metabolic processes in target cells. Through a proprietary AI-based precision medicine platform named Lance, they have identified 7 novel targets and product candidates across 14 familiar medical indications that include ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's disease, asthma, psoriasis, atopic dermatitis, eosinophilic esophagitis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, diabetic neuropathy, and type 1 diabetes. So quite a list of some very common medical conditions they're targeting. The company's lead candidate is currently in a phase 2 trial for mild to moderate ulcerative colitis. Again, as an early stage biotech with no products on the market, there are no revenues to speak of at this time. The Landos Biopharma IPO looks to be priced between $15 and $17 on Wednesday. LABP stock would then begin trading on Thursday. Again, as we're just about halfway through the list, I want to pause for 2 things. One is that I want to ask you to please press that like button to help the channel out. You doing that is so important as it helps this video get to more people, and the more people that see it and join the community will allow me to continue to justify spending more time on the channel. The second thing is that I wanted to update you on the Southeastern Grocers IPO, which was expected to come out last week, but didn't. As of this time, they've postponed their IPO without an official reason given, although reports are that they weren't getting much interest on the pricing that they wanted. As I said on last week's episode, I listed it as the one company on last week's slate of IPOs that would not be one I would even consider, so I can't say that I'm surprised that they put it off for now. If and when they do resume their attempt to go public, I'll keep you guys posted. Next up, we have the loanDepot IPO, whose stock will trade under the ticker LDI. loanDepot is a technology-empowered residential mortgage platform that launched in 2010. Using a digital-first approach has allowed loanDepot to become one of the fastest-growing at-scale mortgage originators in the U.S. According to Inside Mortgage Finance, they are the second-largest retail-focused non-bank mortgage originator and the 5th largest overall retail originator. The company originated $79.4 billion of loans for the 12 months ended September 30th, 2020, and experienced 116% year-over-year origination volume growth for the 9 months ended September 30th. The company utilizes what they call Mello, their proprietary end-to-end technology platform, and believes that their differentiated data analytics capabilities and nationally recognized consumer brand positions them to capitalize on the ongoing shift towards at-scale, digitally enabled platforms. From a customer perspective, the loanDepot reports a Net Promoter Score of 74 for the period between September 2017 and November 2020. As we have discussed for many mortgage companies going public recently, low interest rates as a result of the pandemic have fueled a lot of business. For the 9 months ended September 30th, 2020, the company generated total net revenue of $3 billion, more than tripled from the same period in 2019. This has resulted in net income of $1.47 billion, which was significantly higher than the $18 million net from the same period in 2019. The question we have to ask is what the outlook is now that many people already have taken advantage of these low interest rates and already refinanced. The loanDepot plans to raise $300 million at a $6.5 billion market cap at its IPO on Wednesday, where pricing is expected to come within a range of $19 to $21. loanDepot stock will then trade again under the symbol LDI on Thursday. Moving on, we have another biotech, this one named Sauna Biotechnology, who will trade under the symbol SANA. This preclinical biotech operates on the belief that engineered cells will be one of the most important transformations in medicine over the next several decades. They are working on being able to control or modify any gene in the body, to replace any cell that is damaged or missing, and to markedly improve access to cellular and gene-based medicines. As stated in their filing, they are developing cell engineering platforms to revolutionize treatment across a broad array of therapeutic areas with unmet treatment needs, including oncology, diabetes, central nervous system disorders, cardiovascular disorders, and genetic disorders, among others. As of now, all of their current product candidates are in preclinical development, with their goal being to file multiple investigational new drug applications in 2022 and 2023. So being at the preclinical stage, at best, they are years from bringing anything to market. Needless to say, there is no revenue to speak of at this time. If you're interested in the Sauna Biotechnology IPO, it is expected to be priced on Wednesday between $20 and $23, which will result in them raising approximately $323 million at a $4 billion market cap. Sauna stock would then begin trading on February 4th. Moving on up in deal size, next up is virtual communication platform ON24, who plans to raise $409 million at a $2.6 billion market cap. This company has a mission to transform the way businesses drive revenue and customer engagement through data-rich digital experiences. They provide a cloud-based digital experience platform that enables businesses to convert customer engagement into revenue through interactive webinars, virtual events, and multimedia content experiences. They had 159,000 interactive live digital experiences from January 1st through September 30th, 2020, engaging an average of 4 million prospective customers and business professionals monthly, an increase of 174% year over year. The platform creates and captures actionable, real-time data at scale from millions of professionals every month to provide businesses with buying signals and behavioral insights to efficiently convert prospects into customers. As of September 30th, 2020, they report in their filing of having had over 1,900 customers in more than 40 countries, including 3 of the 5 largest global technology companies, 4 of the 5 largest U.S. banks, 3 of the 5 largest global healthcare companies, and 3 of the 5 largest global industrial and manufacturing companies as measured by 2019 revenue. As to financials, revenue was $82.6 million for fiscal year 2018 and $89.1 million for 2019. But more recently, revenue growth has been really strong for the 9 months ended September 30th, 2020, growing to $103.7 million. The company posted net losses of $17.6 million in 2018 and $17.5 million for 2019, so essentially flat, but with increased revenue for the 9 months ended September 30th, 2020, they were able to report net income of $11.2 million. As to the ON24 IPO, it's expected to price on Tuesday within a range of $45 to $50. ON24 stock would then begin to trade on Wednesday under the ticker ONTF. Next is the second biggest deal on the calendar, Atotech, who will trade under the ticker ATC and plans to raise $700 million at a $3.8 billion market cap. Atotech is based in Germany, where, by the way, we have some really cool members in the community, so shout out to our German friends. So Atotech is the leading global provider of specialty electroplating solutions. They rank number 1 in the global electroplating chemistry market, number 1 in the global general metal finishing plating chemistry market, and the number 1 global manufacturer of horizontal plating equipment for printed circuit board production. Their solutions are used in smartphones, communication infrastructure, cloud computing infrastructure, computing and consumer electronics, automotive electronics, and automotive surface finishing, as well as in numerous industrial and consumer applications such as heavy machinery and household appliances. As to financials, for fiscal 2019, they generated revenues of just under $1.2 billion and consolidated net income of $7.6 million. More recently, during the 9 months ended September 30th, 2020, they reported revenues of $869 million and a consolidated net loss of almost $312 million. Also, as of September 30th, they had cash of $300 million and outstanding debt of over $2.1 billion, which they acknowledged in their filing may limit the availability of financial resources to pursue their growth initiatives. So not surprising, they're holding this IPO to help pay down their debt. The Atotech IPO is expected to be held on Wednesday, with pricing anticipated within a range of $19 to $22. ATC stock would then begin trading on Thursday. And last but not least, the biggest money deal on the table, looking to raise $800 million at a $6.4 billion market cap, is TELUS International. The Canadian digital service provider is planning a dual listing on the New York and Toronto stock exchanges, where it will be listed under the ticker TIXT. TELUS International describes themselves as a leading digital customer experience innovator that designs, builds, and delivers next-generation solutions for global and disruptive brands. They say that their services support the full life cycle of their clients' digital transformation journeys and enable them to more quickly embrace next-generation digital technologies to deliver better business outcomes. Their clients include over 600 companies across high-growth industries such as tech and games, communications and media, e-commerce and fintech, healthcare, and travel and hospitality. The relationship with TELUS Corporation, a leading communications and information technology company in Canada, is TELUS International's largest client and controlling shareholder. TELUS Corporation provides significant revenue visibility, stability, and growth, and they have renewed their master services agreement with them. The renewed agreement provides for a new 10-year term beginning in January 2021 and accounts for a minimum annual spend of $200 million. Speaking of money, for the financials, revenue has grown significantly over the past 3 years at a compound annual growth rate of 34%, with revenues at the end of 2019 being just over $1 billion. More recently, for the 9 months ended September 30th, 2020, they've already exceeded their 2019 number by reporting revenue of over $1.1 billion in 3 less months. Another plus is that the company has been profitable over the last 3 years, with net income having increased to $69 million in 2019, increasing to almost $82 million in just the first 9 months of 2020. If you're interested in a company with solid growth and profitability, this might be one to look at. TELUS International plans to price their IPO on Tuesday with pricing expected within a range of $23 to $25. Trading would then begin on Thursday. Alright, so that's the list. Another busy week of IPOs, and like I said earlier, there could even be a few more on the way. Are you interested in buying any of these companies? Let us know in the comments. Moving on, let's get to the companies that have lockup periods expiring. On Monday we have Rackspace Technology, and then on Tuesday we have Acutus Medical, Oak Street Health, and Rocket Companies. We talked a lot about Rocket Companies when they held their IPO last summer. I just can't believe how fast the time has gone. Rocket Companies stock is trading at the end of last week virtually where it was after the first day of trading, so it'll be interesting to see what happens on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday we have 3 more companies with lockups expiring. Checkmate Pharmaceuticals, Freeline Therapeutics, and IBEX. Another long episode. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, again, please hit that like button, share with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, here's your formal invitation. We'd love to have you become a part of our community. After all, it's totally free. And with that, I wish you another good week of trading. Thank you for watching, and until next time, have a great day.